Okay, here we go. To get started, please welcome Jam Master Jay.
What's good? It's your boy TEC REC. You already know. Bringing you some more reaction, some more news, some more information. Right now, what I'm about to report to you is basically some information that's been trending all day, which is the murderers of Jam Master Jay have finally been caught or indicted and on charges right now. So that's something that's a big achievement in the hip-hop industry, because we all know that was about 18 years ago with no answers. A lot of assumptions, but no answers. So right now, they definitely have two people who are charged with the murder. One name is Ronald Washington, and the other is Carl Jordan Jr. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you a quick clip of a news briefing. Nothing serious. It's just some information to solidify what I'm saying. And then I'll give you a little bit more information that's not on this clip that I found out through reading other articles. So let's take a look.
Two men are now charged in connection to the murder of Jason Jam Master Jay Mizell of Run-DMC. The 37-year-old was shot once in the head by a masked man at his Queens recording studio. That happened back in 2002. More details are expected to be released at a news conference this afternoon. Stay with us to bring you those details when we get them. Katie Johnston for CBSNewYork.com.
Okay, so y'all saw the news clip, and basically it's confirmation that two men have been arrested. Now, some things that were left out of that clip is, alright, when Jam Master Jay got killed back in 2002, he was big with the 50 Cent introduction, so he kind of was somebody who was, who kind of like sponsored 50 coming into the game. So a lot of people thought with 50 being the street dude and like being a lot of beef, they thought it was something to do with 50. But reality is, it came back that it really wasn't. What happened now was just shocking to some people, but not to me, because to be honest, I'm actually originally from Southside Queens, and I know what it's like out there. It's like you got people who walk one path and another path at the same time. So what I'm about to express to you about Jam Master Jay, some of you all might find it shocking, but me understanding that lifestyle, I understand what it is. So basically, instead of it being what we thought, 50 Cent beef reaching Jam Master Jay at the studio, Jam Master Jay was actually involved in some drug trafficking. And, that's a little bit shocking because, everybody see him as a pretty successful DJ of one of the biggest groups of hip-hop, Run-DMC, and Jam Master Jay. So you would think somebody of that stature wouldn't need to actually sell drugs, but it's not like that. Money is something that calls to all people, no matter how much money you got. So what's being said is Jam Master Jay was involved in a drug ring, and he made a multi-kilo, multi-state deal outside of his organization, I guess to say, or outside of people he were already committed to. And he basically set up some drug deals that these two men felt like they were betrayed with by him setting up the deal, that it was an act of betrayal. So, long story short, he was in the dope game. And this is not to tarnish his name or nothing. This is just, he's from Queens. Queens isn't Malibu. It's still a nice place to live, but it's still street and it's still New York City. So with him being a street dude that was basically expressing himself through art, he still had a little bit of that street in him. So with him selling drugs, something went wrong. And the wrong was these guys felt like his act of creating a deal with them not being included. And you talk about multi-keys, like 10 plus keys, and you talk about multi-states. So you don't know, this could have been a lucrative endeavor in an accumulation of multiple rounds. Millions could have been involved. So they killed him. And the truth is, I believe the age difference is like 20 years different. The Carl Jr., I think he was like 18 when he did it. And Ronald Washington was like 36. So it just shows you when you're in that game, sometimes babies are playing big men roles. And big men are not growing from the mind state of a baby. They still moving like a child that doesn't know better. So it's just unfortunate because you wouldn't think an 18-year-old would have anything to do with killing a 36-year-old. But, a 37 or 36-year-old. But that's what happened. So, long story short, Jam Master Jay just got caught up in a unfortunate situation, and he ended up dead behind it. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know the history of Jam Master Jay in the streets like that, but I don't see him as nobody that deserved to die, regardless of what he may have been involved in. He was a very awesome spirit when you encountered it, even through the television. He just was an incredible vibe. So it's really unfortunate he had to go out like that, and that was his lesson of needing to get out the game. I wish it could have been a little bit more light tap on the wrist and he would have stopped. But unfortunately his life was taken. So that's what they saying. Let's see what happened. Like, these dudes seem like they was like on some real like running the streets. Like, I think they got like multiple indictments right now that's including the murders. And if I read right, they were it's already presumed and assumed that they were the ones that killed him. It just, I guess, I don't know if somebody snitched now, because how much more information could you get through evidence that was already collected almost 20 years ago? So maybe somebody just, told what it was, and now it's confirmed. The people that they thought was the murderers are definitely the murderers. So that's where we are with it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, very sad situation where I'm glad somebody's at least paying the price for that, because that wasn't no evil dude in my eyes. He was a great dude, and he was a pioneer of music and a native of Queens, which, regardless of what, I grew most of my life in Florida, but it's still, I'm Queens to the heart. I'm more for one till I die, South Side till I die. So it's just somebody to be proud of, that they came from a place you came from. Even with 50, we mad proud. Even though some people don't like him, I'm still sure 50 making major moves, and for him to be from Queens is inspiring, especially me being 12 and 13 when we first encountered these people. So, unfortunately, we lost Jam Master Jay, but fortunately, the killers are caught. Let's see what happened. Hopefully, they get found guilty, and they pay their price, because that was a life taken, and a great life at that. So, y'all leave some comments. Tell me how you feel about it. I mean, what I'm telling you is not personal opinions. It's what I read. Hopefully, I'm reading from reputable sources. Hopefully, they're not fabricating nothing, but that is what was told, and that's just how I interpreted it. So tell me how y'all feel. Leave some comments, and if you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe, because I'm trying to build up my channel right now, and I'm actually in a little race with my boy. We're trying to see who's going to get the first 1,000 subscribers, but I don't know. He's been going hard. I'm going to try to go a little bit harder, but y'all do me a favor, man. Subscribe, and tell me how y'all feel. I'll be putting up more videos tomorrow. I might put up one tonight, depending on how the timing go, but I'm trying to do my best to give y'all information and give you just an authentic, pure point of view, because, like, I'm not somebody who feel like my point of view is ultimate, but is real. So whatever I say, if I laugh, I'm really laughing. If I'm serious, I'm really serious. Hopefully some shit don't make me cry, because I really cry. But hopefully it ain't, because I ain't trying to watch no sad shit on here. But I'm trying to say is what you get from me is what you get from me. So hopefully you like what you're getting. So, man, y'all take it easy. Anything you got suggestions, leave in the comments. Something you want me to cover, let me know. And I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good night. Be easy.